After the disappointment of their playoff final defeat at Cardiff, the Blades had a little time to brood. For the management team, it was noses straight back to the grindstone to plan a renewed campaign for promotion on the back of the news of coach Kevin Blackwell's defection to Leeds. The season kicked off at Bramall Lane with a 0-0 draw against Gillingham.
Alisson attempts to control. Leicester to pursue that one. Here's Peter Undlove. Beautiful control. A great run from the Zimbabwean. Alisson again up into the air. And a good astute save low to his left by the Gillingham keeper.
And there was better to come from Leicester, with 2 goals securing victory over Macclesfield in the League Cup.
Here's a chance, Leicester's onside! And would you believe it, after being under so much pressure, Sheffield United break and score. Jack Leicester's first for the club.
That's the difference, because this is quality. The ball from Tong is something else. Watch the run from Leicester across the line. He's definitely onside. He can look at the 2 centre-backs in his view, and then it's about the finish. Try and make it comfortable. The goalkeeper comes out, the run's perfection, the timing of it's superb, and then he makes that little bit so easy. Just plays it with the outside of his boot into the far corner, no problem.
And this time the flag's down, and Whittaker could equalise before half-time. He has done! Ward with a layoff, Montgomery, now as he tripped by Smith, he was, it's a penalty.
Oh, he just hangs his leg. Look, Dave Smith, I didn't mean to foul him, I just put my leg out towards the ball and he's actually tripped over my leg rather than me stuck it out. Look, oh God, that's a trip. Spotted it, well done referee. Don't care how anguished you are, he's hooked him up there.
Well, Michael Brown, of course, missed a penalty for Sheffield United in their playoff final defeat. Brown isn't playing. Jack Leicester has already scored his first goal for Sheffield United from open play. Now he has the chance to win this tie. Well, he scored, and Sheffield United are closing in on a place in the second round of the Carling Cup.
Well, this is one of them penalties as a goalkeeper. Even if you go the right way, you have to have big, strong hands to try and save this. And to be fair to Myhill, he reads it to his left-hand side watch, but look at the power and the thump in that. And it's very, very hard to save when the power and the accuracy is as good as that.
The Blades' trip to West Ham was fruitless, a 0-0 draw, but a rare strike from skipper Rob Page put 3 points on the board for United against Norwich at the Lane.
And low. Typically mercurial, and too good for Fleming, who's down injured. McCall with the chip. Here's Phil Jagielka, second bite of the cherry, off the bar, and Robert Page drives home for Sheffield United's first league goal of the season. And it was well worth the wait. Super work from Jagielka, and Page follows it up.
And another 3 followed on Tuesday at Selhurst Park.
And it's Peter Undlove on the 18-minute mark, and what a coolly taken goal. Dougie Friedman over in the box, and it's a penalty for Crystal Palace, as won the United players' protest. Neil Shipley, great save from Paddy Kenny. He guessed the right way, and he deserves the congratulations from Robert Page. Alisson, oh brilliant! Well, if he intended that, it's a truly remarkable goal. 2-0 up just before half-time, and surely Crystal Palace's unbeaten run about to come to an end. A two-footed lunge by Michael Brown, and a straight red card. He can't believe what's happening to him, Michael Brown. Is that a grin or a grimace? Paddy Kenny doesn't look like he'll be able to continue for Sheffield United. And there's no keeper on the bench. Johnson, past one challenge, brought down right on the edge of the box. It's Mike Whitlow, the sub, who's fouled him, and Palace have a chance to get a foothold back in the game. Oh, Jagielka, the makeshift keeper, can he make a name for himself? Andrew Johnson, he won the penalty, he converted it.
A 2-1 victory at home over Coventry City completed the month, giving United 11 points from 5 games. So far, so good.
The referee says no penalty against Kozluk. Both defences have been opened up regularly, but nobody's taken advantage as yet. Sheffield United's turn. Undlov into the area. Down he goes, and the referee's giving the penalty. Davenport and Mansouri were both there together. Undlov went to ground. Mr. Quick has awarded the penalty to Sheffield United here. 6 or 7 minutes before half-time, but what is the decision to be for Mansouri? That's the important thing. Davenport is still protesting. Mansouri is shown yellow. But it's 1-0 United. Michael Brown kept his nerve, and Sheffield United have the lead against Coventry City. Suffo. Strong here, Patrick Suffo. He's taking the game to Sheffield United and has scored against them. Patrick Suffo, an absolute ripper of a shot. Too hot for Gerrard, and of all places for him to score his first goal for Coventry City, he's chosen Bramall Lane. It's in towards Alisson. It's a back post header.
September began with a reverse, a 3-1 defeat at Nottingham Forest.
Marlon Howard up against Robert Page. And it's a penalty. On the half-hour mark, Forest with the chance to forge ahead. Howard versus Gerrard. Oh, he guessed the right way, and that's agonising for the United keeper. Howard is quite happy to have scored, I think. Here come United and Michael Tong. Alisson. Tong will pick it up again, and surely that's a penalty, yes. Good work from Michael Tong, linking up with Alisson, and United have a chance to hit back. 9 minutes into the second half. Mr. Cool himself, Peter Undlov. Never in doubt. Well, they never fail to produce drama, do they? Games between Sheffield United and Nottingham Forest. Here come United again. Pesky Salido tries to forge his way through. A hopeful clearance, but Page has got to be careful. Harewood's got the better of him, looking for his second of the game. And Forest back in front. Marlon Harewood, their hero. Reed, oh, super finish from Reed, and that should seal the points.
The 5-0 mauling of Rotherham at Bramall Lane is a game fans will talk about for a long time.
Playing the patient passing game for the time being, United, as McCall stabs forward. It'll break for Pesky Salido, will it? And Michael Tong into the area. Oh, and through the legs of Mike Pollitt. And first blood to the Blades. Michael Tong with some quality, but Pollitt will have hoped to have saved that one. McCall's header after the drive from Tong. Pesky Salido, well, he got the break, but boy did he make the most of it. They just couldn't scramble the ball away. It sat up invitingly, and it was an invitation that Pesky Salido took. Pesky Salido again trying to win the header. McCall's volley, Peter Undlove will look to torment the Millers rearguard. Well, the finish didn't quite match the run there from Undlove. United buoyant. Pesky Salido just hobbling inside the box there. Undlove with a first-time delivery. The header flashes wide from Montgomery. Darren Byfield attempts to kick-start Rotherham into gear at Bramall Lane. This is much more promising. And Byfield, who started the move, finishes it, but it will not count. Well, it was scrappy. He eventually bundled the ball home, but the referee having none of it. Oh, handball, clear handball from Paul Pesky Salido. Well, he does look a little bit like Diego Maradona, doesn't he? Pollitt clears. United bossing the derby at the moment, though. Could that Byfield disallowed goal be the turning point? Byfield tries the chipped ball, but Rotherham, huffing and puffing, can't blow that United house down. Stuart McCall lends some authority to the midfield. Pesky Salido brought down, remonstrating with the referee there, but play continues. Michael Tom puts his foot on it. Ashley Ward for Montgomery. And Undlove has some space. This is where he can wreak havoc. Ward whips it in, and surely Paul Pesky Salido with his second goal of the game. And now it would appear that Sheffield United are out of sight. Good distance on the throw-in. The Millers frustrated again going forward. And Sheffield United, kings of South Yorkshire at the moment. Ball over the top, Pasquisolido hunting his hat-trick. Shot attempted, here's Undlove. Oh, that's brilliant. He really is a magician, Peter Undlove. The control was instant, the finish dynamic. Rotherham, well, all it'd be is a consolation. At least Gerrard forced into some sort of save there. Pasquisolido holding it up. Tong with the ball in. Undlove's there with a header! 5-star from Sheffield United. Undlove with his second of the game. It's all over.
Yeah, the lads have done ever so well. It was it's a local derby and it's a great atmosphere. Lovely night for football and we scored some good goals really. And I thought we thoroughly deserved, obviously the victory.
Great way to bounce back following the disappointment of that defeat on Saturday at Forest.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there were some pluses. I thought at Forest we turned it around and then shot ourselves in the foot. So we know what we can do. But like you say, tonight was important. We got back on the roll and we get criticised about not scoring enough goals. But I thought the forwards in particular did well tonight.
5 more went into the net for United against Cardiff. This time with the visitors scoring 3 times themselves and all in just 45 minutes.
Stab through for Earnshaw. Jagielka scrambles away. Thorne, saved by Gerrard, but in goes Earnshaw. And I clocked that on 22 seconds after the restart. Michael Tong must be favourite here. Here he goes. Yes! What a riposte from Michael Tong, a truly special set piece. United lifted by that equaliser. Here's Peter Undlove. A long ranger. Oh, what a nightmare for Alexander in the Cardiff goal. But Sheffield United's Peter the Great will not care about that. Langley. Kavanagh. Thorne with a header down. Earnshaw! He is a very gifted individual. Rob Earnshaw with his second of the game. Cardiff on turns. It was a goal classic in its simplicity. And the Welsh in good voice. Earnshaw claims a handball and gets it. Boland standing over the free kick. Kavanagh's there. Langley, though, looks as though he'll be the favourite to strike it. They were ahead, then they were level, then they were behind. Now they're level. Could they forge ahead again? Cardiff City. Here goes Langley. Yes! 3-2 for Cardiff on the 69-minute mark. Whatever Michael Tong can do, Langley can do as well. Montgomery. Was there a handball there? Yes, says the referee. And another twist in the plot. This is fast turning into a classic. Peter Undlove with a chance to get his second of the game. I've never seen a more composed penalty taker than Peter Undlove. The pendulum just keeps on swinging. Alexander to clear with power. Had a glance on Leicester, brilliant, can he finish it? Superb play from Jack Leicester. If that goal wins the game, then it is truly deserving of it. Beautiful stuff from Jack Leicester. Poise, panache and precision. A 7-goal thriller. Is there more drama yet? Allison leaves it for Michael Tong. Tong goes down and it's another penalty. United's second of the game, and Peter Undlove can put the issue beyond doubt. I guess that's a pregnant pause. Undlove has his hat-trick. Sheffield United have 5 goals for the second home game in succession.
It's looking for Gray with a throw. Windass! Didn't you just know it would happen? Dean Windass shows Sheffield United what they did miss in the First Division playoff final last season and opens the scoring for Bradford.
Class, Rob, nothing else to say about this. Unbelievable ability, because this is one of the hardest balls you can hit in football. It's just a long throw into the box from Gareth Edds. Sheffield United win the header, but look at that from Dean Windass on the half volley into the corner of the net. Paul Gerrard in the goal, absolutely no chance. Ball curling away from him all the time. Great skill to keep that ball down. Get your head over the ball, keep the ball low. Flew into the corner there, and his reaction afterwards, well, I'm sure he had a quick look at Neil Warnock and that Sheffield United bench just to say, look what you're missing.
First goal since his return to Bradford City for Dean Windass. And it's almost like he's been saving it up for this fixture. Here's Branch. Oh, he's taken down, is he? The referee says no. There seemed to be a tangle there with Whitlow. Branch can't believe it. Sheffield United maybe get lucky there.
Well, I think there was a touch, no question, but I thought it was outside the box. But the referee, once again, he was quite close to the action. He decided there was nothing in it.
Here's Summerby. Gavin. Oh, that was a risky ball, and he's put them under pressure here. It's Ashley Ward. Ball wasn't the best for Brown. Now, was there a hand there? Weatherall leaned down. Undlove! He's done it! Peter Undlove reaches a landmark in the English game. His 100th goal in English football. Undlove is flying at the moment, and Sheffield United are level.
What a response from Sheffield United, Rob. No question about this. What a finish from this man. And it all comes from a bad pass out there from Jason Gavin. Ashley Ward, not the best ball to Michael Brown, but they just don't clear the lines. They take so long. They're dithering on, getting the ball away out the danger zone. Comes to Peter Undlove with his right foot, bends it into the far corner.
Here's Tong. Pesky Solido, and it's almost broken for Ward. Tong, McCall! What a way to mark his return to Valley Parade. It's the former Bradford hero who spent 10 years here, who has scored for Sheffield United.
He's not celebrating though, is he? Stuart McCall. He's done well here because he hasn't really got forwards virtually all match. But look at him there, he's in the middle of the goal. Michael Tong plays a little 1-2. Rather fortunate with the deflections that's flying about everywhere. Tong with the final pass to Stuart McCall.
Evans ignores Heckingbottom. Back across by Gray. There's a missed kick by Harley. Windass tries to keep the pressure on. Oh, and he takes a wild kick at Michael Brown. It's a crazy act by Dean Windass. Is it going to spoil his day completely? What's the card going to be here from the referee? It's red. It was an act of sheer stupidity from Dean Windass.
The 2-1 scoreline was repeated at a new destination for the Blades, Wimbledon's temporary home at the National Hockey Stadium, Milton Keynes.
Nolan to hit it, and Milton Keynes misery for United on 49 minutes. The header from Ashley Ward, and it's there! United level just past the hour mark. Can they go on and record the victory? Up goes Undlove. Michael Brown. Tong will chase and stride over halfway. Control from Pesky Salido. Neat flowing football from United. Can they find the killer thrust? Brilliant work from Tong. Pesky Salido into the corner.
United bounced back to win 2-0 at the Hawthorns, a result that put the Blades at the top of the league.
McCall for Tong. Ward's there. Tong continues, and it's in for United. It's not boing boing baggies, it's behind baggies. Michael Tong growing in stature as a footballer with every game he plays. West Brom applying the pressure. Rob Hulse into the side netting. From some angles that might have looked a goal. And Hulse knows just what a presentable opportunity that was. Forward come United again. Peter Undlove. Great run down the right by Montgomery. And Ashley Ward applies a subtle finish. United 2 goals to the good. And the home fans were not expecting this. Montgomery made wonderful strides. And Ward did the rest.
Defeat at Millwall cost United their top spot and set up a third consecutive away game at Wigan, who'd only lost once in the league.
Can he square it to Horsfield? Horsfield scores! Inside the opening 4 minutes, Jeff Horsfield. His 5th goal for the Latics, and immediately breaks the deadlock. Throwing down the line quickly by Michael Brown. This is Jack Lester. Inside 2 challenges, and he's got away from Nicky Eaton as well inside the penalty area. Jack Lester, he scored! Unbelievably, Jack Lester has grabbed a dramatic late equaliser here for Sheffield United. The throw was quickly taken by Michael Brown down the near side. It was some 10 yards in advance of where the ball went out of play.
United were again showing their staying power and ability to come back in the later stages of the game. Back at Bramall Lane in front of the TV cameras for an unaccustomed Friday evening game, the Blades went down to a 2-1 defeat to Reading. It was just 6 minutes into the game that Williams headed past the exposed Gerrard to put the visitors ahead. But their lead was to be short-lived. 3 minutes later, McCall took a quick free kick, Michael Brown put in the cross, and Ashley Ward forced the ball home from 6 yards. The scoring was all over in the first half. Forster escaped his markers and launched an unstoppable shot from the edge of the box. United 1, Reading 2. November took the Blades to Stoke, where the Potters took a 2-goal lead in the first half.
It was Gift and Noel Williams who got the scoring touch. Stoke playing with considerable swagger here at the Britannia Stadium. Over the head of Adi Akinbaye. He's continued the run, and he's timed his leap to perfection, and Stoke City are 2 goals to the good. Thomas and Leicester jostling for the ball there. Thomas goes down, and the referee might be taking action here. He's feeling for his notebook. And Thomas is off. Perplexed looks all round from the Stoke City camp. Kozlok with the up and under. Leicester challenging away in the box. Here's Kozlok from a tight angle. How did he score from there? Ed de Hoy can't believe it. He's an unlikely scorer, Rob Kozlok. Michael Tong. A penetrative run. Leicester, was he brought down? Yes, and a penalty for Sheffield United right at the end of the game. It's Leicester versus Ed de Hoy. Can United snatch a point? Yes, they can! And how important might that point be come the end of the season?
United hadn't won at home since mid-September when Crewe came to the Lane. The run of defeats was shattered convincingly.
Tong has and Love available. Stuart McCall. United playing the patient passing game here. For Breaker and Love, an unconvincing clearance from Ince. Alan Wright. And Armstrong with the aid of the upright gives Sheffield United the lead. Leicester. McCall will try and get the cross in. United probing away. And a handball given by the referee, Mr. Cooper. And a penalty for the Blades. Here's Leicester then from 12 yards out. You'd have to back him. And he makes no mistake.
Defensive errors by Burnley allowed Michael Tong an easy goal to make it 2 home wins on the run.
Oh, and a mistake here might have let in Undlove. It's Peter Undlove. Oh, and an exciting moment, certainly, but one that fails to produce a goal for Ashley Ward. Big cheer for the referee's decision to award Sheffield United this free kick, which they can't take quickly. Grant made sure McCall couldn't do that. Always frustrating when that happens. Ward will get a header in. Oh, and there's a ricochet. It's a gift for Michael Tong, and he won't have an easier goal to score than that all season. Desperate for Burnley's defence, and Stan Ternent stands hands on hips, cannot believe it.
I thought we deserved it over the game, but when it's only 1-0, you know, you always start thinking they're going to get an opportunity. But fortunately, that didn't really arise, and I thought we defended ever so well today. The goal was scrappy, but I thought we had some great chances, you know, to have won it earlier. But it was a good game.
United suffered their worst result of the season so far with a 3-0 defeat at Ipswich before returning to winning ways at home against Preston.
Sheffield United hunting a third successive home victory here. Alan Wright with the ball in. Jack Lester goes round the keeper, and it's a penalty for Sheffield United. Just too tricky there, Jack Lester. And Jeff Winter points to the spot. Michael Brown, clinical from the midfielder. He's a class act. And he just slotted it oh so coolly for the Blades. Peter Undlove looking to torment this Preston rearguard. Tong, Undlove again. He's trying to find an opening. Tong slots it. Here's McCall, who's been so busy. And McCall could be through here! Never was a goal more deserved. McCall deserves his moment of celebration there. It's been an all-action display from the 39-year-old. And the former Scottish international has confirmed the defeat for the former Scotland manager Craig Brown.
A dramatic 5-goal first half brought Burnley quick revenge at Turf Moor for their defeat at the Lane a month earlier.
Blake's going to try one. Oh, and Baxter will want the ground to swallow him up here in the northwest. Blake hit it with some pace and purpose, but he never would have expected that to have ended up in a goal. Alan Wright stands to deliver from the set piece. Here's Peter Undlove from Allison's flick on. Montgomery, and it's there, the equaliser for Sheffield United. And Burnley suffer from the full Monty. He flashed that one in right across Jensen, and it was good enough.
Here's Michael Tong. The header out. McCall back for Tong. Considers. Whitlow's at the near post. And it's in! Wow, the faintest of touches. You'll be hard pushed to see a lower header this season. But he got the necessary trajectory, the necessary angle, and it's his first goal for the club. And United have turned this one on its head. Will the pendulum swing back the way of Burnley? A shove there on Moore, and they will have a chance from the set piece now, as Whitlow is adjudged to have committed the foul. And Baxter can't stop it this time, and it's 2-2. Moore, the man who won the free kick, is there to convert the delivery. Here's Blake again. He's been so busy so far in this game. And that one just ushered into touch there by Whitlow, who's had a very busy afternoon so far. Blake looks to turn creator this time. There's the header, brilliant goal line clearance from Michael Tong. He flung himself towards the ball there and just about denied Burnley's third goal. The referee blowed belatedly there, and eventually he's given the penalty kick. Well, it's all seemed fairly innocuous in the box there. There were two United players involved. Allison was one, Morgan was another, but here's Blake. Sweeps it home majestically. And 5 goals in the first half at Turf Moor. What a remarkable first period. Oh, that's late from Brown on Blake. He could be in hot water here. Blake is writhing in agony, and Michael Brown is sentenced for an early bath.
But United were back to their best to beat Walsall 2-0 at home.
Alan Wright will probably be favourite to take this set piece for Sheffield United, looking to bounce back from that defeat at Turf Moor. So it'll be the left boot of Alan Wright, the former Villa man. It's an in-swinger, and pesky Salido, the scoring hero, makes it 1-0. Wright swung it, very insecure goalkeeping. And that really did present it to Pesky Salido on a plate, on the half volley, just inside the 6-yard box. Leicester held it up so effectively. Kozlov, just away from Pesky Salido, hunting his own and his team's second. Michael Tong. And Nick Montgomery's there to slide it into the corner. That's his second in as many games. A goal in each half for Sheffield United, and surely Walsall are beaten now.
Thought Montgomery took his goal well, and Michael Tong, played well. And there were a lot of pluses tonight. Robert Page's first game, almost for the first game of the season, almost. And I thought he was a towering strength at the back, and thought Kozluk had his best game since he's been here. Alan Wright steady, and to midfield. It was good all around. Jack Lester and Pesky was a threat. It was nice to watch.
An unusual Saturday evening kick-off for the benefit of Sky's cameras allowed a TV audience to witness a 2-2 draw against Watford, the last game before Christmas.
Phil Jagielka, a highly impressive header, and that gives United the lead on 51 minutes. He just checked his run on the penalty spot. That gave him the space he needed. Pidgley was scrambling across his goal line, but couldn't get there. Pidgley's in big trouble here. A clear handball, and the referee has no option, surely, but to feel for his red card. And Pidgley must have known as soon as that happened that his day was done. Now it's Jack Smith. Well, how about that for a finish for the 10-man of Watford? The Hornets sting the Blades. Devlin inevitably involved against his former employers. Vanazza was there as well, but it was the little clipped pass from Devlin which was so dangerous, and he made the most of it with the finish there, did Smith. Ardley now, he can cross a good ball. Helgason, 2-1 for Watford. The Iceman is ice cool, and that was not in the Saturday night script. It was a wicked, bending centre, and Haider rose higher than the United defence to give Watford an unlikely lead in this game. Right now, good angle on the pass. McCall will lift it in. Did that strike an arm? Yes, it's a penalty. Jack Smith, who scored Watford's first goal, now could have given United a second. Leicester will take the penalty, but it clearly struck his right hand. He left it out there. Leicester versus Chamberlain then. Well, the keeper went the right way. He even got a hand to it. But Jack Leicester is assured from the set piece. And United get it back to 2-2. A game of ebb and flow at the Lane. Paddy Kenny on his return to the side can lift it forward. Leicester, excellent turn, and Konjic brings him down, and it's a penalty for Sheffield United. 55 minutes in, Leicester was just too slippery for Konjic. Emphatic from Leicester against Ward. Santa not the only one in red and white capable of spreading the Christmas cheer, because Jack Leicester provides all United fans with quite a Christmas present there.
And the year ended with a draw at the Lane against Wigan.
Right for Ashley Ward. Still going, and it'll drop for Leicester. Simple. And the grin is just as broad, whether he scores from a penalty or from open play. Credit Ashley Ward with the dancing feet. He earned his fortune, and Leicester just slotted it home. Allington will chase this one up against Jagielka. Allington can finish, and does.
A great start to the new year saw United progress to the FA Cup fourth round at Cardiff. In the league, a 3-0 win at Gillingham added to the optimism.
Allison with a header. Pesky-Salido nips in to give Sheffield United the lead here at the Priestfield Stadium. Allison put himself about, and Pesky-Salido, his strike partner, was on hand. Route 1 stuff, but it was so effective. And neatly chipped. He's a clever player, Pesky Salido, and we saw it there. Tong considers. Leicester is busy on the edge of the box. It's out for Jagielka. Left-footed ball. Tom with a header back, and it's Pesky Salido again! A deadly double from the Canadian. And in the eyes of the home team, he's Pesky Salido, the pesky so-and-so. Excellently worked goal from Neil Warnock's man, that. Growing in belief as the game goes on. And Saturday night starts here for Blades fans. A different type of goal to the first, but just as valuable. Allison's up there again. Pesky Salido from the tightest of angles. He has a hat-trick. Sheffield United have 3, and it's a case of Gillingham. We're killing them. Pesky Salido, the chief executioner. Such a varied hat-trick, and he saved the best till last. The first touch superb, the second truly clinical. And again, it's the heading ability of Allison that's made it all possible. What a double act.
United went 3-1 down to West Ham at home before fighting back for a draw.
Pesky Salido, Montgomery. And here he is again, it's Pesky Salido. It doesn't matter whether he's in Kent or in South Yorkshire. He still has that knack for goal. He's Sheffield United's man of the moment, and he continues where he left off. West Ham seeking to hit back. They just play the patient passing game. Ferdinand with Carrick in front of him. Connolly picks out Carrick. Excellent chance. And would you believe that's Michael Carrick's first goal of the season, and it's the leveller for West Ham. Precise, penetrative football from the Londoners there. Harley picks the ball up. They're standing off him. He tries one. Oh, stunning goal from Harley to give West Ham the advantage. Well, some goals are good, some are very good. That was downright excellent. A thunderbolt, and Paddy Kenny cannot believe it. He knows how good it was as well, does Harley. They're looking very dangerous now, the tail's up. And you wouldn't bet against them getting a third. Etherington is free now. Harewood's in the middle and applies the finish to make it 3-1. Well, United's early goal seems an awfully long time ago now. Harewood's ready to boogie. Can the home team get a foothold back in the game? Ferdinand has stayed down there under the challenge from Pesky Salido. We play on though, and Shaw gets another one back. The Hammers aren't happy. Ferdinand was down, but all Shaw could do was find the net and give United hope. Pesky Salido, shoved to the ground, and it's a penalty. Ferdinand involved again. He shoved him in the back. And I think it'll be Tong. Yes, here he comes. Superb save from Bywater. Surrounded by his teammates, and well he might be. That was brilliant shot stopping. Kenny's forward. Can they restore parity right at the death? It's Jagielka! He's done it! Well, football of the highest order, drama of the highest order, and a header of the highest order to complete a 6-goal thriller.
Another 3 went into the net at Nottingham Forest to take United to the 5th round of the Cup.
Pesky Salido will chase this one down. Allison and Tong. His white boots shimmer in the afternoon sunshine. Louis Jean's brought him down just inside the box, and he hasn't learnt his lesson from last season's playoff semi-final, Louis Jean. He's done the same thing. Leicester, so effective from the spot, high and handsome, and United's love affair with the FA Cup in recent years continues. Tong, again the dead ball deliverer. It's back with Morgan! One for the scrapbook. He'll replay that one in the comfort of his own home over and over and over again. Spectacular stuff. Tong, again accurate, the header down, and as the Germans would say, he was good, Morgan. Tong from the far side this time. McCall stabs it wide. Tong another chance. This looks good. And there's Allison to put the cherry on the cake.
But United lost 2-0 on a freezing night at Derby and 1-0 at Norwich to end the month with hopes of automatic promotion severely dented. February brought no better news with a 3-0 home defeat, but Colchester were dispatched from the Cup to set up a quarter-final tie against Sunderland.
Alan Wright then opposed by a 2-man wall. Pesky Salido just past the hour mark. They've made heavy weather of Colchester so far, but that might be all that's needed to book a place in the last 8.
A 4th consecutive league defeat saw promotion slip further away as West Brom overturned a 1-0 United lead to grab the vital points.
Montgomery got the bounce. Can he make the most of it? And it's in! I think that's gone in off Darren Moore. They'll embrace Montgomery for his work rate down the right and his execution of the cross. Kumas, the Welsh international. Header into the corner, and it's Darren Moore. From villain to hero for West Bromwich Albion. Kumas, they pile in on Paddy Kenny there. And somehow he gets the ball away. Kumas again will try and wreak the havoc. Andy Johnson. And still the ball is not clear. It's back in towards Gardso with 6 minutes to go.
The slide seemed to be arrested with a 1-0 win at Crewe that took United back to 4th spot.
Montgomery gives Sheffield United's faltering promotion bid some hope. And 10-man United with a brilliant rearguard.
But a profligate United again gave away a 1-0 lead at Reading. Just 7 points from a possible 24 so far in the new year was relegation form, not the stuff of promotion. A debut goal from Andy Gray gave United the lead just 9 minutes into the game. But a quarter of an hour later, the Royals pegged it back to 1-1, Nicky Shorey scoring from a free kick. It was all over by half-time. Sean Goater's penalty sent the ball into the top corner of the net, and the points Reading's way, 2-1. By March, it was clear that even a playoff place would have to be fought for, and the Blades showed their mettle with a 2-1 home victory over Millwall that ended the Lions' 10-match unbeaten run.
This is Tong, this is better from United. Jagielka, lovely move, best of the game. Goal for Sheffield United. Turned in right on the line by Ashley Ward. He has been desperate for a goal, and he's got one. His first in 20 matches. We have to go back to October for the last Ashley Ward goal. He's got one here that separates Sheffield United from Millwall. And undoubtedly the best move of the match. Tong splicing Millwall open. Jagielka with the inviting cross and bundled in. Ashley Ward in with the defender there. It will be claimed by Ashley Ward, I'm sure. His namesake Darren Ward was in there with him, but it's 1-0 United. Now it's Gray's new strike partner. This has certainly perked them up, and there'll be yet another free kick for Sheffield United, and it's all kicking off here. It's Ward and Ward in a tangle, and with Ashley Ward down on the ground, it is mayhem. They're all in there, and I'm sure many of those players are trying to separate others, but there was no doubt about it. It was the two Wards who were in there together, and Darren Ward has been pulled away. Goodness me, talk about everybody involved. Even the Sheffield United goalkeeper, Paddy Kenny's got up there. They have the lead, they want to extend it. And they might do. The keeper makes a save, it's 2-0. Andy Gray on his home debut. Sheffield United 2, Millwall 0, and this one's been turned on its head in the space of a few frantic minutes. And Gray keeps up a 100% scoring record for Sheffield United, 2-2 for him. And it's the second time he's scored against Millwall this season, having done so for Bradford earlier. Rasping free kick, driven in hard here by Jagielka. The keeper down to it, Marshall. And there to react like lightning is Andy Gray. He scores on his home debut, and Sheffield United should be on their way to 3 points. Back with Matt Lawrence, the former Wycombe Wanderers man, who'll say the ball onto Dikio's head. Eiffel, what a strike from Paul Eiffel! Terrific, and he keeps up an astonishing goal-scoring record against Sheffield United. He's scored against them in all the last 5 matches between United and Millwall.
Andy, well done. 2-2 for a start, can't be bad.
Yeah, it's nice, to get off the mark quickly, and especially score at home as well. It's nice.
Now, the first half was very different from the second half, and it looked very physical out there.
It was. We were expecting a physical game, and that's exactly what we got. They're big, strong side, very direct. And I think the second half they threw, a couple of big lads on and made it really hard. So it was a very, very hard game towards the end.
Any dreams of cup glory ended at Sunderland with a 1-0 defeat, but United kept up the pressure in the league with a 2-0 win away at Watford.
It might fall for Leicester. 1-0 Sheffield United at Vicarage Road. He shielded the ball away from his man and then thumped it ferociously. Well, it's a bog of a Vicarage Road pitch. McLeod gets involved. Here's Alan Wright. And McLeod will have the pace to get there. Gray's in the middle. Measured ball in, and Gray with his 3rd goal in as many games keeps the pressure on the First Division front runners. What a signing he's turning into. McLeod contributed well.
Rotherham proved sterner opposition on their home turf than they'd been at the Lane, and United had to battle for a single point.
Here's Basata. Gray's in the middle. A good turn and brought down. It's a penalty. Swales clipped him. Gray, very clever footwork from him. And his strike partner, Jack Lester, now has a wonderful opportunity to give United the lead in the derby. He was going away from goal, but that wasn't the point. He was just too adroit. Leicester, again, an expertly taken penalty. They beat Rotherham 5-0 at Bramall Lane, but 1-0 would do them just as well this evening. The Millers still battling away here, and Butler is free. He'll pull it back, and Monkhouse could not miss. A well-worked goal, and the derby's back in the balance.
3 more vital points came courtesy of Bradford City in front of another 20,000 plus crowd.
McCall will take it short and give it back for Tom. He'll swing it in, and it's in the net, and Sheffield United lead. Chris Morgan with a downward header has beaten Davies on his debut, and Sheffield United have the breakthrough. Mark Bauer with the first header. Then Kozluk. Be a test of character now for Bradford. Leicester's in here. This could be 2. 2 it is. 2 in 2 minutes. And Jack Lester, who is becoming a real hero here in his first season at Bramall Lane, has just destroyed Bradford City's hopes. But the mistake was made in the defence. It's always been difficult today with the conditions existing, and Jack Lester took it in his stride and stroked it beneath Davies. 2 in 2 minutes, Sheffield United 2, Bradford City 0.
Derby County were in as much relegation trouble as Bradford, but with tougher opposition.
Undlove wins it, and Gray with the finish. United strike first in the game they really need to win, and Gray gives them every chance of doing just that. Undlove stole in, and Gray had the presence of mind to be patient and then pick his spot. Osman's making the run, he's gone down, and the referee, almost unbelievably, has given a penalty. Well, it looked as though if there was any contact, initially it was outside the area. Well, the complaints are worthless, it's been given. Ian Taylor, the veteran midfielder, makes it 1-1.
Defeat at Cardiff saw United slip to 6th place. A season whose early months had promised so much was ending with a scramble.
So Gareth Wally sends it in, and Paddy Kenny was caught in 2 minds, and the goal is not given. It's ruled out for Lee.
I'm sure it was I think he's giving it for handball. It was a great ball in, quality ball in. Comes in, there's a push there, and it goes off somebody's arm there. Yeah.
Robert Page amongst those waiting as Tong whips it in, and it comes back to Peter Undlove. Oh, plenty of power on that. What a strike from Undlove, and Sheffield United blast their way ahead.
Well, he's hardly been in the game, but boy, is he in the game now. The quality of the corner did it again, in the right area. Couldn't defend it well enough. Great strike. The ball's great, and the flick out there, just flat header, and he can do nothing about it. It's too powerful for the keeper and the defender on the line. Great strike. Keeper couldn't see it. Defender tried all he could. Couldn't keep that out. Wonderful strike.
Here it comes, and it is Richard Langley. Oh, it's gone in! It eluded Paddy Kenny, who was completely caught out by it. And Richard Langley celebrates an equaliser on the stroke of half-time. Earnshaw taking it on. And Alan Lee waiting. Francis cleared it, but only to Robinson! Sean Robinson scores his first goal for Cardiff City. They've turned it around. They're in front against the Blades.
Forest came to the lane looking for revenge for their playoff defeat the previous season, and got it.
Andy Impey, direct running from the former QPR man. Oh, and it's broken for King. Had a lot of time with which to consider his strike, and he used it effectively by the looks of things. Alan Wright then standing over it. And with the aid of a deflection, he has his first goal for Sheffield United, and his first goal for anybody in over 3 years. Not quite as spectacular as some of the goals he produced when sporting Aston Villa colours, but very important for Sheffield United nonetheless. Recalled at the expense of Rob Kozluk and justifying his selection there, Alan Wright. Taylor against his old club. You just couldn't script it.
The misery deepened with a third consecutive league defeat and a third game of the season lost to Sunderland, and by a 3-0 margin. The 3 points against the relegation-bound Milton Keynes Dons, yes, there is such a club, kept promotion hopes alive. Just.
Kenny comes out, and the penalty is a result. Well, a flashpoint involving camera, and the referee didn't hesitate. Wayne Gray, 1-0. Alan Wright. Oh, it's a classic near-post goal from the corner. It's the Wright Gray this time, of the Andy variety in the colours of Sheffield United. To get it back on terms, Wright, having scored from a set-piece in the last home game, this time is the creator. Tong racing forward, urged on by the home support. Leicester with trickery, bundled over for a penalty. The visiting side furious. Leicester. Well, they cheered because from some angles that must have looked as though it had gone in. But Leicester blazes it over. Tong. Wright with a first-timer. Morgan's header down for Andy Gray. Vital goal in the race for the playoffs. An exaggerated ball in from Wright. And the first touch was crucial for Gray there.
Jack Lester's penalty kick at Walsall's Bescott Stadium, could ever a player be put under more pressure, kept the embers burning.
Ian Roper brought him down, and a penalty for Sheffield United. Some ropey defending from Roper. Jack Lester scores a critical goal. He went for the same corner as the one he missed against Wimbledon. That took some real character.
A game against fourth-placed Ipswich offered United the chance to fan those embers back into a flame. With much at stake for both sides, it was a nervy game, the deadlock lasting into the second half when Michael Tong was hauled down in the area for a penalty. Andy Gray sent the Ipswich keeper the wrong way, 1-0 to United. But the lead was short-lived. An injury earlier in the game had been plaguing Kenny, but even fully fit, he could have done little about Westlake's 71st minute shot. 1-1, and that's the way it stayed. The maths said United could still make the playoffs on the season's final day, but a 3-3 draw at Preston wasn't enough.
Decent cross, and there's Jagielka steaming in. A dream start for Sheffield United on a day when they're still dreaming of the playoffs. What a run, and what a finish.
Cleared only as far as Graham Alexander! Alexander the Great! Can United get back in front? Andy Gray. Oh, that's incredible! Mercurial, mesmeric, magnificent. And if somehow that goal could secure a playoff place for Sheffield United and results elsewhere go their way, it would be worthy of such a feat. That was brilliant. Healy takes it quickly. United caught on the hop. And it's 2-2. Wright is a scamperer and a scuttler. Up they go. And it's in. From Gray again, his second of the game. And United still believe. A desperate attempt to clear. The danger still hasn't gone though. And Ricardo Fuller is there to head past Kenny, and that ends United's playoff hopes once and for all. In the May sunshine, Sheffield United ponder what may have been in the battle for the playoffs. The supporters have supported well, the players have played well throughout the course of the season, but just not quite enough.
It was another nearly season for United. As the dust settled, Neil Warnock gave us his take on the highs and lows of another Blades campaign and his plans for next term.
I had to bring staff in. I brought David Kelly in, who I knew, I was aware of as assistant, and then Tony Daly, who's done a really good job on the fitness side, and they fitted in really well, really. To say they were thrown in at the deep end, I've been, delighted with them. I've never lost the playoff final before. I've only won them, and so I didn't really know what to expect. And I made up my mind I was going to have a chat with them at the end of the first day training or at lunchtime or something like that. And we got together, we went up to the training ground and we started training, and within 5 minutes I thought, I'm not even going to say anything. They were so flying again, and the comradeship was there and the excitement was there again, and I never even said anything, never even mentioned it. We just got on with it. But it was nice to start off up there because, everybody expects you to, when you've lost the playoff final or in the playoffs, to have a bad season the next season. And so we were delighted, really, to take the pressure off everyone by getting the right results. It was great, I suppose, for the fans, the goals, etc. But we weren't defending as well as we should have been doing and things like that. But the goals were making up for it, and probably cracked over a little bit and, papered over the cracks. But it was great, apart from being a manager against Cardiff, 0-0 at half-time and 5-3 at the end of the game. I don't think I've ever witnessed anything like that, but it was good to come out on top of that game because it showed again the character in the side, but a bit nerve-wracking for managers. We weren't the finishing article, we weren't playing the same. Michael Brown was injured, suspended, Paddy Kenny got a major injury, Morgan got injured, Ashley Ward got injured. There were so many things happening, and to hold it together like we did, I thought was exceptional, really. And deep down I knew the squads of the other clubs, and that we would have a hell of a battle to keep maintaining that sort of level. And that's why I was always a little bit cautious. If we'd have had any sort of consistency over the last, last year we had a great year, but if we'd have had that little bit more consistency, we would have gone up automatic on both these years, even the season that we're talking about. But we couldn't get that consistency, and I think a lot of it was down to the major players. We have analysed it after, and to lose major players for a long time, like we have 7 or 8 major injuries, it's really thrown us back a bit. And And the 22 goals that Michael Brown contributed last season was fantastic, really. And we've hardly scored any goals from midfield this year, which has been disappointing. Michael himself was sold in the window, but he didn't really contribute much this year. He got himself sent off a couple of times, like I say, and he got a couple of injuries, and he wasn't himself. So people probably think about what we've lost by his fantastic season last year, but at the time we let him go, I don't think his contribution was very much at the time. I think he'd already reminded himself to be leaving and onto his next club. The FA Cup was another one where I said to the lads, I wasn't bothered about the League Cup this year, and then we got into the FA Cup. Cardiff away was a bad draw. Forest away wasn't the best, and I just said to him, just go and enjoy it and play like. And we got great results, really, both first and second rounds, third and fourth rounds. So we progressed in that competition, and it didn't really matter to me because we hadn't got that many midweek games then to sort of fit in. This season, I think it's just been, we can't cater for certain players being out for any length of period. We haven't got the squad depth to replace the Morgans of this world, Ashley Wards of this world. We haven't got that. Like I said, we missed Michael Brown's input, and poor old Michael Tong was having to do two roles. So it was a little bit indifferent. I think if we'd have had Darren Huckabee, we'd have got promotion. And I think Norwich have got promotion because they've got Darren Huckabee. But I did mention about Darren, but we were talking £2 to £3 million, and I was told it just wasn't. We weren't just into the running for that sort of figure for one player. And I can understand the financial situation, but it doesn't help me as a manager. It frustrates me, I think, really, because I knew that if we'd have had somebody like that, it would have been exciting, and I think he would have got the goals, guaranteed got the goals, and made other goals that is done for Norwich, really. And so whilst I'm frustrated and disappointed, you just get on with what you've got, and we carried on and tried to get as many as we could with what we have. It's a matter of trying to look at where we can improve, and if we have to let one or two players go, try and use that money. If we have no extra money coming in, try and use that money to generate enough income to bring in 3 or 4 players. We do need freshen up again. I think since I've been here, we've had 4.5 years, but after the first 6 months of keeping in the division when I first came, we then signed players for 2 years and stabilised the club. And we managed to stabilise the club, and then we went into another period where we then had a nucleus of youngsters like Jagielka, Tong, Montgomery coming through into the first team, being forced to come in really for the circumstance at the time, and then bringing other players in over the last 2 years to improve the squad. So that was a major sort of upheaval, and now we're on to the 4th year, the 3rd change really in the squad. And I just feel now we've got to freshen 1 or 2 areas up now to push us on to that next stage. I thought we were better than most of them. But we gave stupid goals away. Individual errors. We didn't mark at corner kicks. The goalie made a mistake at Cardiff, and there were all other mistakes. And we all made mistakes, really. I made mistakes as well. And it's frustrating, really. It's in our division at the best of times. It's hard if you've got money, let alone if you haven't. But I've always renowned myself to just do the best I can. Give everything myself. Try and bring players to the club that want to play for the club. Try and work hard to sign players that possibly could get a lot more money elsewhere, could possibly get bigger clubs elsewhere, but talk them into signing for us with the prospect of first team football and a fantastic atmosphere at Bramall Lane. And all right, I'm a United from birth, but it is a fantastic place when it's buzzing, and I think we've been buzzing the last couple of years. I can see a period of 5, 6, 7, 8 players being bred and born here, and you couldn't have said that over the last few years. People who want to put the shirt on, who will die for the cause and sweat blood for the cause, and I think fans, if you give everything to fans, they're pretty fair. They think, well, he's had a bad day at the office, but he's genuine, and they'll not give you money. And I don't think our fans have had too much to moan about in the last few years.